Ben, let's kick off with you today.
I'll begin with Phil Redmond, the guy who created Brookside and also Grange Hill. Did you ever watch Grange Hill growing up?
I did.
Little, yeah.
Yeah, that was Newcastle, right?
That was
Manchester?
Biker Grove you're thinking of. That was Newcastle.
One of them.
Similar kind of show. It was in London for many, many years. I think they did move it to Liverpool in its sort of latter days, bizarrely. But Phil Redmond, the creator of Grange Hill, has spoken out, saying it could return to our screens over 40 years after it first aired. 1978 it came to our screens. I think it finished in 2007, but he's spoken out saying that actually they could bring it back and it could have fallen into Ofsted's special measures, the school, and be threatened with closure. But a few of the old characters, this is a bit of a wheeze, he's got a few of the old characters who are now parents or even grandparents could come together to save it as a community school. So he's basically saying Zamo, who was one of the most famous characters in Grange Hill in the 80s, he could lead the campaign. So I don't know who you remember from Grange Hill.
Nobody.
No, I don't think I remember characters particularly.
I think when
if it
you
was Biker Grove, I would be doing better. But...
Jeff was in Biker Grove, wasn't he?
I just remember Ant and Dec.
Well, of course, but PJ and Duncan, as they weren't. But there was Tucker, and also there was Zamo, the big characters, Roland as well, and Mr. Bronson. I could go on, actually.
You could. I think Sean and I will just sit back and let you take this one.
I'll stop there. But they were the characters sort of in the heyday of the show. And he's saying as well it could tackle sort of, climate change and climate extinction and stuff like that. So I don't think it is coming back, but Phil Redmond clearly putting a bit of a case for it to return to our screens. So Sian, would you like to go next?
Well, I've got a Christmas story this morning. Sorry to drop the C word there. But yeah, if you are in the market for a Christmas tree at the present time, you could get one. There is the first ever Alexa compatible smart tree. So this is something Amazon have released, so you don't have to physically get up and switch your lights on. You can ask Alexa to do it, and you can have many different colour options. You can have, what have we got? Red, green, yellow, multicolour, multi-fade, multi-twinkle, multi-sparkle. Don't know what the difference between twinkle and sparkle is, but I'm sure it's important.
There's got to be a definition in the dictionary somewhere, I'm sure.
So I'm... a lot of people were going, technology gone mad, but actually, great.
You can change it every year as well if you've got different colours, different colour lights.
Christmas time, you want to sit and you want to snuggle in your comfy socks and watch your TV or play some games. And if you could just voice activate those lights, well, wouldn't that be good for your electricity? Because you wouldn't leave them on for ages, because you wouldn't forget to go over. And you have to get around the tree, and then you spike all your arm, and you're covered in scratches.
That is true. Where our tree is, the plug is in the most difficult place to get to.
It's always awkward.
Actually, these are the big things in life, actually, making it easier to get your Christmas lights on and off of a night time.
And decades to come, we'll be like, how did people do that in the past?
Exactly, like, when we say, imagine getting up to change the TV channel. It'll be the same with Christmas lights before long. When are your Christmas deccies going up, by the way?
Mine always has to be after my birthday.
I have the same rule, and my birthday is the day before yours.
Yes. So we're probably around the 11th-ish of December.
I'm just slightly before that, the first Saturday in December for me, which I think is something like the 7th or 8th. So there we go. It'll be here before we know it.
Do you know the first Saturday in December is actually the 2nd this year, I think?
Oh, it'll be the 2nd for us then. The 2nd Saturday,
I think.
Yeah, the 2nd is a bit too early for us, I have to say.
Right,
so,
fair enough.
Right, what have you got for us then?
So mine's something you've probably already heard, but it broke this morning. This is this year's lineup to I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. Sort of Christmas related, of course, because this all does culminate around Christmas time. And there's some interesting names. As always, some you might recognise and some you probably don't. I'd be interested to know how many you two recognise, really. I think there's a few radio names as well, so really you should. Have you heard or do you know Adele Roberts?
Yes, from Radio 1.
Yay.
Familiar name.
I was going to say, I didn't know if Ben was aware of that one. How about Ross Kemp?
Oh, yes, Ross Kemp.
But do you know him because of the radio?
No.
See? Sorry, I didn't mean Ross Kemp.
Ronan Kemp.
I was just about to say the guy from EastEnders, Grant Mitchell. So not him. The son.
I've just announced that Ross Kemp's on I'm a Celebrity.
It's all right. Stand down. Don't. So this is Roman Kemp,
who is Martin Kemp's son.
That's
so
right,
absolutely no link to Ross Kemp whatsoever.
I think he's been on Celebrity Gogglebox, hasn't he? Those two together,
yes,
they're quite a good duo.
His dad was in EastEnders, so there is
a
slight
limp. Well, he's a Capital Radio DJ, and he says he wants to go on there. So people know him more for him and his radio work than instead of being Martin Kemp's son. So that's quite a nice one. Another radio or television person I think you'll both know is Kate Garraway.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So she's going in.
TVAM and all that.
And she says she's terrified of absolutely everything.
Oh, great place for her then.
and this all starts at the weekend, I think.
Oh, I think so. Let me just check this.
Yeah, I think it's...
You always do this to me.
I do.
There we go.
Is it Sunday?
Sunday the 17th, this Sunday at 9 o'clock on ITV.
There you go. They'll all be there.